sells. At the end of the day, we all know that, like, for example, even like Arsenal fan football club was saying like that. If Arsenal were doing great, nobody would tune in to watch that stuff. That's why no one tunes in anymore, because Arsenal's doing well now. Now everyone's watching Man United fan TV because they're struggling. That's how it goes.
That's true. I was watching Arsenal fan TV.
I watch Man United TV all the time.
I started to slowly fall to Man United because
it's funny. And I like drama, and I want to see someone. I want to see someone upset. Now, was he set up with that question? He was put in a situation with that question. Would the other man have handled that situation? Yes.
One of them did.
But that's where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies, because everyone in that room understood what was happening. You know what I mean? When that question came, everyone was a bit careful because they know they don't want that goal beyond boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
whereas
King
Ginga
Richie,
Jay,
isn't it? Like King Richie.
Yeah, King Richie, he was aware. King Richie was aware.
He was
to the point you could read everyone's aura. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way they were answering the question, it was like, you're not really serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for
I'm
me,
saying, there's
people around him a bit.
yeah, that's my point of view. So when you go in, like for example,
I agree with that.
when you lot are going in right now, I'm listening to everything. I usually talk bare, but I'm listening to everything you're saying, just in case anything happens. And even Prynlee, for example, first thing I said was, be mindful, Prynlee is here. You know what I mean? You have to look after the people you invite. How can I go pick up Prynlee and then let Manda mash her up?
All right, but hear what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
That's crazy, bro.
There's lots of tape on Bkchat, so he could have definitely seen what the show's about, and I'm pretty sure he knew what the show's about.
Yeah.
And the second most important thing is this: if you're not happy with something, like if I say something that's wild, and like, yo, lads, cut that out. He clearly was happy saying that's my opinion. Like just like when he doubled down on it.
No, but we don't know that.
He,
we don't know that.
basically,
Do we know that?
Ginga Jay said that basically before on Bkchat, they called him and he said that these are my triggers. This is what I don't want to talk about, which was him being in jail and anything related to black.
Oh.
So black is already your trigger. So that's like that's
And
a
you
bit
can't-
silent.
So
God,
now who do you blame? Who do you blame
And
for
being
that?
in jail.
Man,
Did
it's
you
a
no?
black
Hold on.
shirt.
You just said
Wait.
being in jail.
Yeah.
One brother was itching. I didn't even know that, but one brother was itching to ask him.
What
you
did you get
saw
in
it,
jail? Yeah,
innit?
what did you do
Now
in
I'm
jail?
But where
understanding
did
why
that
he was
attitude?
itching.
But why didn't he
No, but
give that
this is-
project that back to the guy that asked him about jail? If that's
No,
really your
100.
triggers?
I see. I see what you're on. But what I'm trying to do is, I'm from the neutral side. I get it, Prynlee.
Yeah.
It was bad, innit? But I want to see from step to step. So this was the first. He was quite calm.
This
You got
is
triggered
what
by
he
the
said.
question. You got triggered by the question. I want to see how we got
Like
to
step by step.
Bro,
the
he
madness.
got triggered by
you
the
know what I mean?
question, and then he went on an onslaught. The thing is this, no, there's nothing wrong, and this is the honest truth.
And the man them didn't back it
Especially with the
properly,
mandem
though.
as
They
well
could've
that were in
stopped
there.
it.
There's nothing wrong with mandem having preferences.
Yeah,
you can
yes,
have whatever
100%.
preference you have. But have you noticed how if I have there's one thing having a preference, and then there's another thing disrespecting other people
Yep,
because
so
you
upgrade
hate
Now,
your preference.
let me just say this, bruv. I like Snickers. But that doesn't mean man's gonna look down on Mars
Other,
and this, that, and the
yeah.
other. But I'm not gonna boy it off. We wear Nike. We might wear Adidas. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, because I wear Nike, Adidas is dead and trash and
I do that. I do that.
Yeah.
I don't wear Adidas
but
out here,
I
bro.
get
We
what
don't
you're
wear
saying,
Adidas.
though.
out here.
There's like
wear
a
Adidas.
level.
Like if I was
No,
to
we
ask
do.
you-
We do wear Adidas. Stop it, man. He does this all the time, bro.
Right.
We wear everything.
Right, hear what I'm
Nah,
saying.
You want a better. You want.
There's
Nike
like-
to- you
there's
want
like a
Nike
level
sponsor
to
us,
it.
brother.
Yeah,
There's
but
like
see,
a
that's
level
not
to
that.
clothes.
It's like if I asked you why do you like Snickers,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like,
No.
oh, it's because I
But we
dislike
aim high.
Barbie
We aim
type
high,
shit.
bro.
The problem that he made wasn't his preference. The problem that he made is he said something, right? And then he was explaining his preference, and then one of the girls said something. And then immediately, his first thing was, go to your hair. And now we all went to school in this country. We all know if you send for a black woman's hair, you're sending for her individuality. You are sending for her at the highest levels, because that's the number one. That's like the easy pick. It's like if a Brea's flipping fat or something. You're
bold,
fat.
innit? Or
Like
bold,
you're
innit?
picking
Yeah.
for someone's easy weakness, shall we say? As it's like
Yeah.
he knows that because he did it, which means he knows
No,
that.
but would you say that's down to what's the word I'm looking for? You said that obviously he's been in jail for 11 years, etc. He's come out. Certain man had to learn how to handle the internet. You know what I mean? You lot are informing me certain things, and now I'm remembering things. He's even whispering, "Yo, this is triggering me. Yo, I told you about this."
No, he knows. He even
And man,
told
them are
everyone,
carrying
yeah.
on.
And they still
The
carrying
girl
on.
them are
Yeah,
carrying
yeah,
on.
then they
Not
set
saying
him
it's
up.
right.
They
It's
set him up.
100%
Then they
wrong.
use man for
But
being-
But
it's wrong. Why
let's
do we have
analyze
shows
it.
like this? Why
Man
do you
got
have
set
shows like
up, bro. You get me? Man got set
Yeah,
up, bro.
100%. This is what I'm saying.
And
I'm-
he's
I'm
crashed
very-
out. He doesn't know how to handle it. He's crashing out.
Do you
even
know
more.
why?
blame him for
Right, bruv,
crashing
do you know
out
what the
though,
worst
bruv.
thing is, yeah?
That's
And I
the
say
man
this.
them.
This is the truth, bruv. Whenever someone has a crash out moment like this, that, the other, bruv, it's gonna be relevant for 3 days, and
Yeah.
someone else gonna do some stupidness,
yeah,
and then it's
yeah.
gonna be under the
100%,
cover.
100%.
No one's gonna.
But
No, I
Prince
don't
Joseph.
think man are gonna cancel him. The problem is this, yeah, is an apology is meant to be sorry. People should stop apologizing if they're not sorry.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
say your piece and leave it at that. Don't come in here and say, I'm sorry for all that, and then say, but I double out.
But
And-
he double-
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
double
not
down
sorry.
stand on
Thing is,
everything I
That's
said.
like
but
man
it's
say,
just
I
the
stabbed my
delivery.
victim and I'm sorry about that, but you know,
Yeah.
I was in a
But I still
situation,
stand by
stabbed him
it.
again.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I can't take the fact that you're saying that like it was a setup because that was in him. He always felt like
No,
that.
no, 100%.
Because
No,
now
no,
after when he's
100%,
come out to
100%,
say
100%.
whatever.
But he didn't want to go in this. But then he even told them like, look, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about
That
that.
was before
Pryn,
the show
before
started.
the
Though.
show
The
started,
other,
but
remember
then
the
they
other
still-
people on there, they
Alright.
probably won't know.
Pryn,
Some of
Pryn.
them didn't even know him.
Pryn.
The girls
Nah,
he was
I'm sure
arguing with,
I'm
they
sure
didn't know
they-
him.
I'm
But
sure
let
they
me
know.
just say this, yeah.
From beyond, let
What-
me drop. I've been trying to say Pryn for time.
Oh, my
On
bad.
Beyond Boundaries,
Yeah.
we do not. Bare Prince, bruv. We do not condone anything Ginger said. Yeah. However, we like to analyze people because we're mess ups ourselves, innit? So we like to analyze people and know where they went wrong. I've been hearing trauma and PTSD. We're gonna get into it. However, if you trigger me, I'm gonna try and trigger you. And then we just said he's not internet trained. You know what I mean? He's not
Yeah, but
media
this is,
trained.
you should know this.
No,
stuff.
of course you should know.
What
this.
I'm saying
Not
is
if you've been in prison for
Another
11
thing
years.
as well is this.
Using a spoon
This is
to,
just a
you know what I
basic
mean?
fact of life, yeah? If I come in this room, I told you man's coming on Beyond Boundaries, I'll
Yeah,
jump on the
yeah, yeah.
podcast, this, that. If you man were talking about something like sexual stuff, like hoes and this, that, and the other, bruv, if
Sexual
that's one of
stuff
my
like hoes.
things, I'm just saying, if that's one of the things that I'm not comfortable, brother, the door's there, bruv. None of you man can force me to stay here.
He
man
left.
say, oh, I don't want to talk about
but
that.
they
I'm not
asked
happy
him.
about
No,
talking
bear
about
in
that.
mind,
I'll be
he
like,
volunteered
I would have made it
information
clear.
as
He
well.
could have, at any point, he could have just crashed out and said, listen,
No, but
I
he
already said
left
what I'm
and he
here.
crashed
Don't
outside
be
as
talking
well.
about, I don't want
Yeah.
to talk about any questions like
Nah,
that.
he
I would have
would've
said
already-
it.
I feel like he
He
would've
could have said
crashed
it
out
on the
before
pod.
that.
You
He
know what
crashed
I
outside
mean?
as well.
openly
No,
went
No, he
and
crashed
said-
outside. Go on,
He openly went and said, like, when they asked the question, he was like, I personally don't date black. He put it out there himself, which is going to open people to ask you questions.
Yeah, they're gonna trick.
But
Yeah,
I think-
It's not even trigger. They're going to ask you questions. If the question is to say, why don't you, if you decide to date within your race, is that self-hate? And he goes openly like, yeah, I've chosen not to date black women. You've opened the door for me to ask you a question.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
not even- I hear what she's
No,
saying,
but
though. I hear what she's
they're
saying.
trying to get to.
When she
No,
got
but
to
they
that
got
point,
to that point in it, and they wanted to ask why. They
Yeah,
asked
why
why.
would I not ask
and
why?
Then he asked. No, he said it's because of past experiences in the past,
Yeah.
isn't it? And that's we can't blame a man if he's had past experiences, and you can't
But
tell a man.
no,
but
but
that's
yeah,
that's
that-
the issue.
that-
Let me explain one more time. The issue isn't that. What he
I know
said
that's
is he
not the
doesn't
issue. I
date
know
black
that's not the
women.
issue.
But
then
the
you got-
issue is he dated a poor level of black women who failed him, and
Yeah.
there because he was dating poor women. That's it.
Yeah, he
just
didn't-
trash women,
Also, just
and
to add
they
to
all
that-
happen to just be black, but they
Yeah.
were trash women. They
No,
could have been
he-
a trashy white woman. They could have been a trashy.
It was a
this.
white woman as well. He said there was also white women that cheated on him, but he didn't say I don't date white women because they cheated on me as well.
Okay,
Anyone
then
can
fair.
cheat.
Then he's doomed.
No, do you know what? Joseph.
Sorry,
do you know-
I didn't know that.
yeah,
I didn't know that bit.
you should
I
watch
thought
the whole
Do you know what the
he
problem
said.
is?
I thought he said it's only the black women thing. But clearly
Yeah.
he was dating trash women of all kinds.
No, but it's not.
Exactly.
And now
it's
he's
not
like
only that, bro.
X-rated the black women say no more blacks.
Yeah, which comes from a form of self-hate.
If you look at the panel, right, and who's there, it wouldn't have mattered if he said, oh, what you call it, I dated a white, whatever. They'll ignore all of that and bring it back to black because of who's on the
No, I disagree with you, especially because you guys haven't watched it. No,
Yeah,
the
go on,
reason
go on,
why,
let-
because you guys haven't watched it, they was cool with him when he said the first part of
Yeah,
what
they
he
were-
said.
they were cool.
They were
They
cool
were.
and they kind of left it. The only thing they said was everything you're saying why you don't like black women. Does your new girlfriend do that now? And she's like, yeah, but she can do it. That's when they had the problem. Like everything you're saying you dislike is a woman thing. When you're saying, oh, women have attitude, they can get moody.
Yeah,
all
that's what
women
women
can
do.
get
Women
moody.
can get
But
moody.
you're
That's what women-
putting it to black women. You're saying that's a black attitude.
Yeah, that's
but
the
your
problem.
Indian girlfriend don't have no
You see,
attitude.
that is wrong.
And
Bruv,
you've also said white women cheated on you too, and black women cheated on you, and that's why you don't want to date them. So, but
If
why
a lot
is
of women are
white
cheating on
in
you, you
there?
gotta look in the mirror and be like, bro, that's
Yeah, I'm
And
the
that's
problem.
what they
I'm
said
the-
to him
yeah,
as
I'm
well.
the problem.